Hello TEQ crypto followers, welcome to our video. Today, we will be conducting a technical analysis of Bitcoin. First of all, if we start examining our chart on the daily time frame, we can see that we have a support level at 25,217. In the past, this level has worked really well on significant points. Additionally, we didn't draw resistance levels too high above because the priority is to break through the resistance levels first. After that, we can discuss the support and resistance levels in between. Now, we have a temporary resistance level here. Let's mark it with a dotted line, but the main important level for us is the orange line in the 30,400 to 31,200 range. If this orange line is broken to the upside, then the 32,000 level becomes important for us. Looking at it, we can see that there is currently a downward trend. We also have an upward trend coming from the bottom. Currently, price movements are occurring within this triangle. In addition, price movements will likely first drop to our potential support level at 25,217. If this level is breached, then it will reach the support level of the rising trend line below. Moreover, if it reaches the support level, there will likely be an upward movement again. In other words, we might see a movement like this, like this, like this, and like this. As a second movement, price movements can come here. After some consolidation in these areas, it can show a downward or upward movement. It is actually likely to show a movement like this. Whichever way the triangle breaks, the price movements will move in that direction. Of course, our expectation is for it to turn from the support level, let's say 25,002. We expect upward movement from the support zone below this time. This is how we make our Bitcoin comments, friends. Additionally, if we look at the moving averages, the 200-day moving average has worked as a strong support zone here, as it appears. Currently, the 8-day moving average has crossed both the 50-day and 20-day moving averages downwards. Actually, this is interpreted as a negative sign. However, since price movements will fall to the lower support zone, we can also interpret the reversals here as normal. They are moving averages that we follow. Is it important for price movements not to break the 200-day moving average downwards? That is what matters. After closing the moving averages, let's look at our indicators and then show you the negative divergence in the 4-hour period, friends. First, if we look at our Fisher indicator, Fisher has given us a slight buy signal by breaking upwards around May 14th to 15th. Along with this signal, price movements are currently continuing horizontally. Actually, friends, we don't see a rapid rise in Fisher at the moment. That's why, based on price movements, Fisher will most likely have a downward breakout in the coming days because prices have been falling for the past 2 days. Therefore, if we look at it according to Fisher, we can say that the upward movement may last for a short while, but it won't last long. Because we have a resistance zone here. If it reaches this level, there could be a downward reversal. After closing Fisher, let's quickly look at our RSI indicator, friends. The RSI level has broken below 50 and is currently moving around 37 to 44 to 45. If it continues to move downwards in this range, we can expect a retracement in price movements. However, if the RSI level breaks above 50 and starts moving upwards, there is a possibility of a significant price increase. It is important to keep this in mind. On our daily chart, if we draw a resistance zone based on RSI, we can see a downtrend zone. If the price breaks above this zone, we may expect some relief in price movements. Additionally, after closing the RSI, we will look at our WAV trend indicator. We can see that it has given a buy signal followed by a sell signal. This confusion in indicators is due to the current back and forth movements in price. However, we can also observe that the volume is almost zero. Compared to previous periods, the volume is very low, indicating that the current decline is not significant. In the past, significant declines or increases occurred with much higher volumes. Therefore, in this low-volume market, it may be more accurate to open trades based on support and resistance levels once the volume starts to increase. It is important to keep this in mind. Now let's switch to our 4-hour chart and share the divergence with you. First, let's adjust our chart nicely. If we open the RSI indicator, we can see that the peaks in price movements are decreasing. If we look at the RSI is also showing upward peaks. it seems that it's increasing. So, there is actually a hidden negative divergence here. Negative divergence means that market price movements are showing a downward trend. Therefore, it's advisable for everyone to be cautious at the moment, especially since it has shown a downward movement from the resistance zone, indicating that it could potentially drop to the level of 25,217 as we mentioned earlier. Together with the divergence in RSI, our observation is somewhat confirmed here. We have a downtrend, which was broken to the upside in the 4-hour time frame, but as we mentioned, in this low-volume market, this breakout doesn't necessarily indicate a clear sign of an upward movement. Perhaps the price movements will relax a bit. However, due to the divergence, we do expect some retracement in the price movements. Additionally, we can say that we're seeing a triangle pattern in the short term. Especially after the consolidation, we can say that we're observing a triangle pattern. Whichever direction it breaks, there is a high probability of seeing an upward movement towards that direction in the price movements. Therefore, it might be beneficial to monitor this triangle in the 4-hour time frame. Let's mention this as well. Now, let's gradually remove our support and resistance zones and come to the end of our video. In this video, we shared the technical analysis of Bitcoin with you. If you liked the video, you can click the like button. To stay informed about future videos, you can subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos. Hello TEQ crypto followers, welcome to our video. Today, we will be conducting a technical analysis of Solana coin. First of all, as we have previously examined, we have already shared our support and resistance zones with you. Alongside those, we have a downtrend here. The upward breakout of this downtrend is, of course, important for us, and we expect it to happen within the next few days. Additionally, if our two support zones are broken downwards in this area, the previous downtrend's resistance zone can actually become a new support for us. We wanted to share this with you. As you can see, we have drawn our line here. So, this is an important point. Moreover, in the past, we can say that there have been approximately 3 touches on the support zone. It doesn't seem very likely for this support zone to be broken. Of course, since the crypto market is a bit volatile, we may see a downward movement here. Along with that, our first support level will be approximately around 17.5. Furthermore, the levels of 15 and 16 will also be important for us. The scenario we are expecting here is for the price movements to linger around these levels and then start showing an upward movement. Of course, what is truly important is the upward breakout of the $26 to $27 levels, which will actually indicate the start of a real rally. Especially, if the rectangle here is broken to the upside, as we can demonstrate, the price movements will continue to move upward for some more time. If we calculate our profit margin here, it will be approximately 78%. Certainly, assuming that we buy after the upward breakout of the downtrend, we could have a profit margin of 61% or 50%. This is an important point, especially after reaching this area. After the breakout of the resistance zone, we can sell a portion of our holdings. After the downtrend is broken again, we can re-enter the market at certain levels and potentially achieve an additional 20% profit from our sales at the resistance zone. Let's mention this as well. Now, if we start analyzing our open indicators below, we can say that the indicators are moving in a confused manner. The reason is that price movements are occurring within the support zone and the resistance zone of the downtrend above. We also see that the volume is slowing down. The breakout here will likely happen in a more substantial manner, and a breakout with significant volume is certainly more important for us. Let's mention that as well. Looking at our RSI analysis, RSI needs to rise above the 50 level. Once it does, a breakout in the price movements is likely to occur. In such a case, we can consider it as a buying opportunity. If it falls towards the 30 level, we can also say that the downward movement in the price may continue. It is important to keep this in mind. After closing the RSI indicator, let's continue with our analysis of the Fisher indicator. Although Fisher gave us a buy signal on May 13th, it is currently giving a sell signal. As I mentioned earlier, the indicators are currently confused, so they can provide such signals. Therefore, relying solely on indicators for trading may not be the most accurate approach for us. Lately, especially in the RSI indicator, there has been a lot of divergence. Considering these divergences when entering buy-sell orders would be more appropriate for us. Now, if we examine our 4-hour timeframe chart, there isn't much change happening in the 4-hour timeframe. Barata indeed, a small descending and ascending trend can be observed. In fact, we can say that there is a possibility of a triangle formation. If we draw the triangle here, we have a resistance zone on the upper side and a support zone on the lower side. So, we can say that there is a triangle formation here. If we draw it like this, we can say that there is a triangle formation. Price movements are oscillating within these points. In the 4-hour timeframe, whichever direction the triangle breaks, we can expect a corresponding movement in the price. Especially, the upward breakout of the descending trend is important for us. Let's emphasize that again. Moreover, there isn't much to analyze in Solana coin at the moment. I believe that entering trades based on the breakout of support and resistance zones will be profitable in Solana coin. Of course, nothing mentioned in the video is intended as investment advice. They are simply personal opinions. Let me mention that as well. Let's slowly come to the end of our video. In this video, we shared the technical analysis of Solana coin with you. If you liked the video, you can click the like button. You can also subscribe to our channel to stay informed about future videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos. Goodbye. Hello, welcome TEQ Crypto followers. Today, we will perform a technical analysis of Cardano coin. First of all, let's examine the daily chart, and we can see that it has been moving within a rectangle within a trend channel. It appears that it has shown some nice movements within these levels. As we mentioned in our previous video, the downtrend was broken to the upside, but it was a low volume breakout. This low volume breakout suggests a potential relief in price movements. However, we will now analyze the 4-hour time frame, where more important observations can be made. The crucial aspect is for the price to break the rising trend channel to the downside. If the price breaks this rising trend channel downwards, it will likely drop to the 0.33 level. Our expectation is for the price to hold this channel and rise towards the 0.41 to 0.43 range. Therefore, this trend is significant for us. If the trend starts moving upwards, it will likely reach these levels. Because those levels serve as resistance areas for the channel, they can also act as support levels. Approximately, the 0.45 levels correspond to these areas, if we draw them. In the past, these levels have been significant points of breakouts. Particularly, if breakouts occur at these points, even this section here will be better for us. If we draw it like this, these areas have functioned as both resistance and support. Therefore, it can be interpreted as an important intermediate trend zone. Let's mention that as well. Of course, what matters most to us are the support and resistance zones where we can make profits and earn money. Let's mention that as well. Furthermore, if we examine our indicators, we start with the Fisher indicator. Fisher indicated a buy signal around May 12th, but we can't say that we have seen a significant increase in price movements. The reason is that price movements are currently squeezed within this range. We will see more clearly in the 4-hour timeframe charts that price movements are currently moving within a triangle. Therefore, initially, the price will likely drop to this level. After moving within the triangle for a while, we expect it to break out and rise to this level. Of course, it is not necessary for it to rise all the way to this level. There may be support and resistance zones in between, as we mentioned earlier. However, it is likely that it will eventually reach around 0.47. After breaking this zone, we will have some interesting discussions. Therefore, this point is important. Additionally, after looking at the Fisher indicator, let's examine the wave trend indicator. The wave trend actually gave a buy signal on May 13th. However, after that date, we don't see a significant upward movement in the wave trend. The price movements in the wave trend are confused both in terms of momentum and the line. Furthermore, if we look at the RSI indicator, it also reflects the same situation we mentioned earlier. There is not much upward movement, and there may be confusion. Therefore, it will not be useful for us to trade based on the indicators at the moment. It will be more accurate for us to conduct our analysis based on support and resistance zones. Now, if we look at the 4-hour timeframe chart, the event I mentioned earlier is that price movements are squeezed within a triangle over the course of 3 days. This is the combination of 2 points and the support zone we saw on the daily timeframe. If we draw it in the shape of a triangle, we can say that it is moving within a triangle like this. As it appears, of course, we can still pull it upwards. But actually, the correct representation for us will be as follows. We are moving within this triangle. Whichever way this triangle breaks, the price movements will move in that direction. Of course, we do not want the formation of support in this area, because it corresponds to an upward trend on the daily chart, and even on the 4-hour chart as well. Therefore, we do not want this zone to be broken. Let's mention this here as well. Can we draw an upward trend again? As it appears in the 4-hour chart, my friends, it's a complete drawing. Even if we don't draw it here, a small one again, we can say that there is an upward trend. So actually, the point we need to follow here was our downtrend point. We want this point to be broken, my friends. We want the break of this line so that we can slowly start making money in ADA coin. Let's mention this here as well, my friends, and slowly come to the end of our video. In this video, we shared the technical analysis of ADA coin with you. If you liked the video, you can click the like button. You can also subscribe to our channel to be informed about future videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye until the next videos.